Hi guys, I set up a rubric to grade N150 and it should make grading go an awful lot faster by setting it up and scoring it with an angel. Let me show you really quickly how I did it, and then I will send you the rubric that I made so that you can duplicate it in your own course. And from what I understand, once you've created it, you should be able to copy it from one course to another, although I have not yet done that. So I went to the Management Console, and then I clicked on Rubric Manager, and then I clicked Add to add a rubric, and I chose Create New Rubric. I gave it a name, and I'll just call this Test. Okay, the achievement columns I did keep 4, and I kept the default weighing, so they get 0, 33, 67, or 100% of their points. And then for the column label, I left it at achievement level. And then for the rows, I went with, I had 5 rows to correspond to the criteria that I already had. Okay? And here you have it. You have your different achievement levels, and then you have your criteria here. And you can enter the achievement level, like for example, I called achievement level 1, significantly below standards. Something to that effect. And then you can change that going across. And then I put the name of the criteria here. You can add as much detail as you want to add there. Okay, now the other thing has to do with how you set up the weighing, because we don't want them all to weigh exactly the same thing. So I set up my weights to kind of correspond to the percents that we had in the class. So criteria 4, I made that 40 because that was the big one. That was the content, right? And you can look at the attachment I sent with you to see exactly what I called them. Then I made the length 16%, and then I made the sources as far as whether they're related and such was 17%. And then I made the second part of the sources 17%. And then the last one, which was the grammar, etc., was 10%. Okay? So now you can see that that should add up to 100%. And you can see that overall that the content is going to weigh more than all of the other things, right? Then you just go into each box and you put your explanation of what they have to do to achieve that score. So like your length, this would be, maybe less than half a page. And then you can go to the next one, and that could be half to 3/4. Okay, you get the idea? So once you've got that all set up the way that you'd like it, by the way, I had trouble doing this in Firefox. You might want to make sure you're in Internet Explorer. Then you can even save and preview your rubric. Okay? Once your rubric is set up, then there's one more step that you have to do. Alright? I have my rubric completed. Now let's say that I'm going to grade Week 9's assignment. What I have to do is I have to go to the Week 9 module. Then I click on Settings for the written assignment, choose the Assignment tab, and then I choose which rubric I want to grade with. I will display it to students before submission, and I will display it to them after submission. And then hit Save. Okay. So now how's this going to look when you go into grade? I'll use my Week 8 as an example because I have 2 student papers there, right? So here's my Week 8 written assignment. And say I hit Submission so that I can grade it. View, grade, or delete submissions. And then if I want to grade one, there's a little box there that shows Use the grading rubric. And then I just click on the box that's appropriate for the score. It automatically tallies up their total, and you hit Save, and it'll even put it into the grade for you, and then you can add your comments there. And you are done. You can now grade with a rubric.